Today we're going to be taking a look at the best tow bar wiring for your 2007 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. Here on your left, we're going to have Hopkins, part number HM56200. Here in the center, we're going to have Roadmaster, part number RM-15267. And here on your right, we're going to have the bulb and socket, Roadmaster's bulb and socket, part number 152-LED. In my opinion, I would go with this kit right here in the middle, Roadmaster's 7 to 6-way Flexo-Coil diode kit. It's going to come with everything you need to hook up from your vehicle to your RV. It's going to give you your 6-pole plug, your bracket. It's going to mount on the front of your Jeep or towed vehicle. It's going to give you your 30-foot of wire to route from your tail lights up. It's going to give you your diodes that are going to connect to your factory wiring. Those are going to protect your factory wiring from any backfeed from your RV. Then you're going to get your Flexo-Coil cord. It's going to go from your 6-pole plug to the 7-pole plug on the back of your RV. Most of your RVs nowadays are going to have a 7-pole plug from the factory on the back of the RV. Their Hopkins kit here. This kit is going to plug, this one's going to be very easy to install. It's going to plug directly into your factory wiring on the back of your tail lights. The thing with this is it's only going to give you the 4-pole plug out of the front of the vehicle. Some RVs now, or I should say some RVs still have that 4-pole plug, but most of the time, most of your newer ones that are coming out are going to have a 7-pole plug coming off. With the 7-pole plug, this plug here is, you're only going to get your 4-pole wiring coming out, or those same signals coming out of this, but this kit here allows you to add a battery charge line, and it's also going to have another free pin on it for anything additional that you wanted to add to this 6-pole plug, so everything is all in one. As far as this kit here, this is going to be a bulb and socket kit. This bulb and socket kit, what this is for is if your vehicle has a 3-wire system. What I mean by that is your brake lights, your running lights, and your turn signal all run on 3 separate wires. If you wanted to maintain that 3-wire system, then you would go with a bulb and socket. A lot of your newer vehicles are all combined, so you could use it, but it really wouldn't matter. It really wouldn't work as well as this one, or even that one for that matter. As far as the 3-wire system, you wanted to maintain that, all you would do is drill a hole, you'd place the bulb in there, and then you'd run your wires up to the front of the vehicle. But you would have to purchase either the 6-pole plug or the 4-pole plug to adapt to it, depending on whatever your RV has on the back of it. Our Hopkins kit is going to have a converter box, which basically is going to do the same thing as our diodes. It's going to protect your factory wiring in your towed vehicle or in your Jeep from any backfeed. But as I mentioned, you're going to be limited to just the 4-pole wiring. Limited to your brake signal, your turn signal, your running lights, and your ground. Where with your 6-pole plug or this wiring kit here, it's going to give you a couple more options. For instance, like a battery charge line kit, if your key has to be in the on position, or ignition has to be in the on position while the vehicle is being towed. Typically when that happens, if you're traveling a long way, the battery wears down because your accessories are on inside the vehicle. With this kit, it allows you to add that battery charge line so that it will charge off the RV as you're traveling. Your battery would never be dead. With these 2 kits, you cannot do that. Now with our Hopkins here, our 4-pole plug that mounts to the front of the vehicle, this kit is still going to require an extension to go from the front of the towed vehicle to the back of the RV. With this one, it's going to come with everything. This is a complete package wiring kit to tow your vehicle. Once it's installed, you have your umbilical cord. Again, as I mentioned before, it's going to connect from the front of your vehicle, your 6-pole plug, to the back of your RV. If you have a 4-pole plug on the back of your RV, I would suggest upgrading and putting a 7-pole plug on it and picking up this kit. This is going to make it much more versatile for you later on. Now, as far as the installation goes on these, your Hopkins may seem easier to install, and it can be a little bit easier because you're just plugging directly into your wiring. But keep in mind, you have to mount your converter box and you have to route your 4-pole wire to the front of the vehicle. When routing it, you have to stay away from anything hot or moving. With the 4-pole plug already being on there, it's hard to get in some spots. When I install these, I normally route the wire through the frame because we're talking about a Jeep. Sometimes you're going to drive through the creek or maybe a little bit of off-roading. The more you can keep your wire hidden, the better protected it's going to be, the longer it's going to last. With this plug on here, it's not going to fit through a lot of the holes in the frame. So it's going to have to come out of the frame and, you know, wrap around it somewhere. With this, you can go from the front to the back inside of the frame. It's completely protected by everything. And that's the same way with the bulb and socket. So that being said, even though this may seem a little bit easier to install because all you're doing is plugging the wires in, it may be you may find a little bit of a challenge with routing this to the front of the vehicle. It doesn't mean it can't be routed outside of the frame. In our Roadmaster kit, your diodes are going to be powder coated aluminum, so they're going to resist corrosion. Your coiled cord is going to be 8 foot in length, and it will stretch up to 15 foot. It's going to give you plenty of room for making maneuvers while you're flat towing your vehicle. It's going to resist water, oil, and chemicals. It's going to have silicone injected plugs that are going to resist corrosion. In summary, as far as ease of installation, I'm going to have to give that to the Hopkins. As far as durability, I'm going to have to give that to the Roadmaster 7 to 6 pole Flexo-Coil wiring kit. And as far as ready to use, right out of the box, complete kit, I'm going to have to give that to Roadmaster 7 to 6 pole Flexo-Coil kit. I hope this has helped make your decision a little bit easier on choosing the correct tow bar wiring kit that suits your needs.